Hello everyone, I am the Base Jared here, and today we're going to be starting off some Pokemon Legends ZA content. The easiest content to make right away when you're too lazy to actually cut down your streams and make something is the tier list classic. We're going to be taking a look at all the new megas introduced in Legends ZA. And spoilers before I scroll down any further, if this is your first time seeing these and you want to experience it for yourself for the first time by playing the game, click off the video now. It's going to be the only time I ever suggest you do that on my channel because I want you to watch, obviously. But without any further ado, let's go ahead. We're going to go from left to right, first thing we see. Now, we're going to start off real strong here. Mega Frostlass. It's one of the things you fight later into the game, so you actually don't get to see it for a while. But I genuinely think this is such a cool design. I might spend the time to find the actual images of the model in game here. But Mega Frostlass to me genuinely looked like it could have been a G-Max form introduced in Sword and Shield. Maybe I would have preferred it to be, but otherwise, it just looks amazing. It looks real sick. Sometimes things can just be simple and be amazing for that Pokemon, just fit it really well. Next, I'm going to say Mega Dragalge is a B tier. It's kind of similarly to Frostlass, it's kind of just more Dragalge, which that's not a bad thing, of course. I think it looks really cool, but it is a little visually cluttered. I would say there's a little bit too much going on, even though at the end of the day it's still just Dragalge, but more. But I do like Dragalge already. I am a fan of it. So I think relatively in the B tier, it's a low B, but it's still good. Mega Meganium. This is one that fans of Chikorita were really hoping would be amazing. And I'm guessing Chikorita fans might like it a lot. I think it suffers the same problem as regular Meganium, and that is just being very bland. Like, it has some flowers. Cool. It's really just the same Meganium, but the flowers around its neck increase in number. There's like a lot of these that are small changes, but your mileage may vary with just how much you can get away with and still be a new or interesting design. For me, Mega Meganium kind of is just still Meganium. Not even that much more like Dragalge is or Frostlass. We have the next starter, and this is Feraligatr. As much as I am a giant Feraligatr fan, and as much as I want to put him in S because of that bias, I think it is an A tier. When its big red flap, I guess you could say, and arm extensions come together, it looks like a Totodile skull, and that's genuinely sick. But I feel like they could have gone slightly harder with making the rest of actual Feraligatr a little bit more. As it stands, it's kind of just some spikes and like some blue patches here and there. So I think the top half is really cool, and then the bottom half is just I don't know. I think I might put Feraligatr into B actually, but we'll hold off on that. We'll wait until we see the bigger picture before we start re-ranking things. Mega Emboar. I am a big fan of Emboar normally. I think he's super underrated. I actually think it's the best starter in Unova. I know a lot of people say Samurott or whatever, or they aren't fans of Pignite, so they don't appreciate Emboar that much aside from its shiny. I think he's okay. The giant stick that he gets is kinda weird to me. I'm gonna put the picture on screen just like I am with some of the others, of course. But the thing is, there aren't very many that I think are genuinely like bad. I'll say though, as a design, it is attempting to do something different than regular Embor, unlike with Meganium, unlike with Dragalge and Frostlass. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't, I think, do Embor justice personally. I think it's okay as a design. Next we have Shiny Mega Meganium. This one, unfortunately, is about as bland as normal Meganium, as Mega Meganium. Just the leaves change and slightly brighter. Some shinies don't change that much. Some change drastically, as we're about to see with our next option. But like, this one feels like it could have been the same, or this could have been Mega Meganium from the start, and I would have felt the exact same way. So for that, I'm gonna put it just right next to Mega Meganium. Like, I could have been underwhelmed with either one. Next, we have Shiny Mega Feraligatr. Now, I think Feraligatr has one of the best shinies you'll see on a starter Pokemon. Like, up there with Charizard. You know, actually, Greninja. I think Feraligatr has a top 3 shiny of all starter Pokemon. I really like the blue a lot more on Shiny Feraligatr, especially when it's Mega and it becomes the Totodile skull. I think that just looks so sick. I'm a sucker for the dark blues, the purples, the light blue body. I am a big sucker for that. Just like with Shiny Mega Embor, I love the blue. The blue on Mega Embor, or on regular Embor, is interesting in a different way. Like, it looks almost more like a genie or a mystical being with regular Embor. But this one, I think maybe should have been regular Mega Embor if we're gonna change colors. Like we are gonna see a little bit with some of the others. We're gonna get different color schemes. The blue looks really cool on Mega Embor, covering basically its entire body instead of being almost one color like regular Mega Embor is. I think it works slightly better, so I can push it up to B tier. Now, Mega Clefable, Clefable itself is already a very average design, and I think that I think it's very fitting for both of these to just kind of be in the C tier. Like, it's the same thing as Meganium, where like it just feels like we're getting Clefable again, but this one has wings. It's slightly different, don't get me wrong. It's not like Mega Meganium, where it's just almost the same thing, one-to-one, as the regular form. This one has a little, like a hair, hat thing, maybe beret, you might call it, and wings, and that's cool. It gains the flying typing, which, it's... I think one of the best things about Clefable is the Mono Fairy typing, because now you're adding weaknesses to Ice, Rock, Electric. I don't think the resistances to things like Bug and Grass, getting a quad resistance to fighting, is all that helpful, especially when Stealth Rocks are everywhere. You might be able to get away with that, specifically the Stealth Rock weakness, if you keep Magic Guard as an ability. Looking at it and its Pokédex entry, talking about it uses the power of gravity around it, basically propelling things, like repelling things around it and keeping itself in the air. It doesn't seem like when it actually comes to a competitive main game that's going to have Magic Guard. I don't think it will. So in that case, I don't think the trade-off is worth it. Mega Victory Bell. You either hate this one or love this one. I find it to be very goofy and charming. So I can put this one in the B tier. It's not bland like the others. It rapidly changes, it dramatically changes base Victory Bell into being something a lot more different. I think he's really silly and stupid and goofy, and I love it. But I can't say that it's an amazing design at the end of the day. So, Mega Victory Bell, shiny form, is slightly cooler. I like the blue lips, I like the darker green body. It's still slightly too... it's not enough of a change as a shiny for me to be bumping it up or down a tier. Somehow we got shiny Mega Starmie above the original. But, look. Now I know I just praised Mega Victory Bell for being goofy and silly and funny, and I liked the design. Mega Starmie is also meant to be a little silly, goofy, wacky design. And it's a reference to a Japanese movie I'm going to put on screen. It's actually a very creepy reference. Those things that it's based off of, very, very creepy. But that, even with that very unique origin, even with that very cool inspiration, doesn't make it a good design. Doesn't mean that just because it has cool inspiration, doesn't mean it's done well, doesn't mean that it's good or should have been Mega Starmie. I actually don't even really think Starmie needed a Mega, personally. And if they did, it's just not a good design. Actually, no, I'm going to put this one in F. Shiny Mega Starmie is really cool. It's cool enough to make it not as awful to look at as regular. But I mean, I don't think this shouldn't be a controversial opinion, by the way. Some things can just be bad, you know. Don't gotta defend it to the death. Mega Dragonite. I am not a fan of Mega Dragonite. It's really just Dragonite again, without doing too much to change it. It gets some wings on its head, its tail grows longer, and it gets the gems that are reminiscent of Dragonair. You're gonna see why I don't like this one as much as it's shiny, because it's shiny actually makes it look like Dragonair and Dratini, like how it kind of should have been if they're going for the mix between Dragonite and Dragonair, which is what this Mega was supposed to be. It's supposed to be closer to Dragonair and Dratini than Dragonite, and this doesn't do the concept well. It just becomes Dragonite again. But this one, which should have been Mega Dragonite to begin with, is actually really cool. I like that it's blue. It doesn't feel... I'm still not a giant fan of the wings on its head, but I think the coloration being Dragonair's colors with the purple eyes and the wings on the back, which Dragonair doesn't have, but still, is really cool. This should have been the design from the get-go. Now next, and if you're seeing this for the first time, you're gonna think I'm putting the shiny first on here, is Mega Skarmory. Again, it's okay. It changes Skarmory just enough to not feel like Skarmory again, but it's just okay. Everything that I've put in the C tier so far is kind of just there because it's very boring, very bland, it's not unique enough to change. And then D and F, it's because it's Mega Starmie and it's awful. But this is base Mega Skarmory, by the way. It turns gold to become the Mega. Which, that's cool. Its claws for feet are also kind of cool. It's a little bordering on being too much of one thing, like Mega Garchomp is, I think, like where it has just a bunch of spikes all over its body. And again, that might be something that turns you off, where it just kind of does too much for the design. Like Dragalge does a little bit too much. But I think decently into the B tier it goes. We're gonna rearrange that just real quick, by the way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So from left to right, currently, I think things are in order. Now, this right here, this is in fact shiny Mega Skarmory. I am not joking, I'm not trolling you. The one that looks like Mega Skarmory is the shiny, and this is the original Mega Skarmory. This one is going down into the C tier because it drops down in change. Like, this is slightly more towards regular shiny Skarmory, but this looks as Mega kind of just like regular Skarmory. The green, like it's very faint, light green, hint of green in the steel. It's not enough to be too noticeable to me. I have to look at it for just a tiny bit before I can tell that there's a little bit of color in there. And so, for the lack of change, especially compared to what's supposed to actually be the regular Mega, it drops down a little bit to me. Mega Excadrill. You know, this one is bordering on being a C tier Mega because I think it's the face for me being a little too wide that it throws me off a little bit. It's a little uncanny. But again, now I know Megas don't need to change things dramatically to be cool, to be interesting. We can see that with Mega Sableye. Its gem just extends from its chest. Mega Kangaskhan, the baby grows bigger. For Mega Excadrill, the drills, the claws, get much bigger. They get a little bit more defined too, which saves it from probably being C tier, like being a little slightly above average. But it's kind of pushing it. The face looks off to me. I like how it looks when it comes together, the claws, and when it attacks, it kind of just like, you know that toilet design, the very human toilet design, where it has that claw and it does that to release the poop. That's kind of what it looks like it's doing when it attacks. It bunches up and then expands. It's kind of funny actually. Shiny Mega Frostlass. More of the same. I like it's shiny. This is, as a shiny, isn't interesting, but as the design as a whole, it's still pretty much the same. So Mega Feraligatr being slightly higher because its shiny colors make it look so much cooler, I think that's fair. And the same thing for Mega Extra Drill. I'll actually put it like just behind Mega Emboar Shiny. I do like the Shiny a lot. Slightly more than Victory Bells. Like the dying colored autumn leaves on its head or whatever. They're okay. It looks like it's fucking dying in this one. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, we get to my next favorite A tier Mega, Scolipede. Scolipede looks so cool. I have Alpha Mega Scolipede and it looks gigantic, by the way. The only thing I think that holds this back from being S tier is that chest plate that it has in the front looks... It doesn't look like it fits there. It doesn't look like it really belongs there all that much. But as a design, I'm so happy Scolipede got a Mega and that it looks very fierce and looks like it's going to kill you. Now that being said, Shiny Mega Scolipede, easily an S tier. That dark purple with the green and the light blues just work so well. It looks so much more fierce. Mega Scolipede is genuinely, like, these are genuinely some of my favorite Megas here. We have Scolipede, Feraligatr, and Frostlass just being great. Mega Scrafty, on the other hand, at least regular Mega Scrafty, like, it just gains a white hood. I've already seen the joke be made, so if you know, you know. But, Mega Scrafty, I guess it could have done a little bit more something to make it stand out, like maybe change the hair on its head. I don't know. I'm not a designer. I just am giving you my personal opinion. This is what this whole thing is. Mega Scrafty could have been more. Like the Shiny, for example. The Shiny being Halloween colors, that's cool, that's great. At least it's doing something. This white, I really don't feel like it fits on Mega Scrafty. Like, this is great, this is so sick. The hair turns black to match its body coloration and its eyelids. And the hood, the skin hood thing comes purple. Great. Mega Electros. I am back and forth on this one, whether it's like low B or high C. On one hand, let's just put it here for now. On one hand, the markings on the actual Electros itself, they're cool. They're like slightly enough of a change to be not just Electros again. But the electric, the fake electric, as the Pokédex says, on its sides, they look kind of silly. I know they're meant to be fake. I guess they're meant to be luring people in, or Pokemon in, to then get attacked by the Electros itself. I'll give it points for like an interesting design concept, but I think I'll put it right at B. This is the one I'm kind of the most flippant on. Same thing for Shiny Electros. It kind of just looks like a carved out like pickle or cucumber. It's whatever. Mega Chandelure. I think it's also really cool. Now it is kind of just more Chandelure, but I like it becomes a full chandelier. It expands upon its concept well, I think, with one eye being like a window into another world or something like that, and a little crown on its head. That is really cool. I have one on my team. I have Feraligatr, I have Scolipede on my team. Shiny is more or less the same. I've never been a fan of the orange flame. I think that's too regular for it. The purple flame is great. If this thing was like blue or a white flame or something else. Just not orange. Many regular Pokemon that are fire types have an orange yellow flame to it. This makes this version of Chandelure much more ordinary than this one, as a part ghost type Pokemon, by the way. Mega Pyroar is next. It gains the same Mega no matter the gender. Its form gets the hair of both. It has the male around here, and then the female's like ponytail thing on top. I mean, it's not that interesting, but I don't dislike it. It is slightly just Pyroar again. Yeah, I can't put it behind or in front of Clefable, which actually tries to change it up a little bit, and Scrafty, which technically does change it up a little bit. I don't know. I think this one it's okay. Mega Pyroar I do like a lot more. I like the yellow. It's almost Super Saiyan-esque. It's almost like, also like the sun, directly staring at the sun, bright yellow. So I think the shiny concept colors are great. It is more interesting than Clefable's. And if that was base Mega Pyroar, then it would be a little bit higher normally. But as it stands, that's it. Shiny Mega Dragalge, I think, is my favorite in this B tier. These colors, they're a little too vibrant, but I love all the colors together. Yeah, there we go. I love all the colors together. Again, huge Dragalge fan. I think it's super underrated. I think the shiny does it way more justice than just being Dragalge again, but more. Shiny Delphox. The shiny Kalos starters got done super well, personally. I want to put this actually right behind Mega Feraligatr, and then the shiny form right behind shiny Mega Feraligatr. I think it was a little too... I want to use my words a little carefully here. I don't like how a lot of the new starters are all like humanoid-esque, furry-ish. I want to believe that these are creatures that you can find amongst like ordinary humans in a fantastical world. And Delphox itself, when it came out, especially alongside Chestnut and Greninja, Greninja kind of gets away with it a little bit because it's kind of like a ninja frog. I am not as favorable on Delphox, but the Mega expands on it being a witch. It gets the brooms. Those are super cool. The shiny is great, by the way. I think all the shiny... Well, we'll get to Chestnut. But the shinies for Kalos stars are mostly fantastic. Like, perfect. For that Pokemon, at least. Chestnut, I like it being a cool knight. I'm not a giant fan of its shiny, actually. I don't like it shiny at all. So for that, I'm going to... Damn. I really dislike this thing shiny, by the way. Like, really dislike the shiny. I'm going to put it down here, because as much as I like the design, like, it's almost the top of A. It's just, you know, the shiny just is not good. Mega Greninja was always going to have to be a home run because it's going to get compared to Ash Greninja, which they took out of the game. I know I've seen a couple of people clown on it for just being Greninja but upside down, but I disagree. I think it changes just enough to be different, and obviously it's shiny. Mega is great, so I'm going to put it right up there where it belongs. There's a lot of just like slightly above average to mid Pokemon upon trying to sort out my opinions here. But I mean, hey, a lot of these do just kind of feel average. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Malamar, my friend Malamar, we all love Malamar. When it got revealed, genuinely, this concept is very, very great. Like, it's a cortex. It's the brain stem. That's great. And his arms are sending hypnotic waves constantly to hypnotize you and rewrite your memories and all that stuff and your feelings. That's cool. Unfortunately, I am not that big a fan of Mega Malamar. And it's shiny. I'm, again, not even a huge fan of it shiny to begin with. For that reason, I'm going to put it just in front of Mega Scrafty. It's shiny. I'm not a fan of the color yellow. And yellow and orange, I don't know, they kind of look too similar to me. The white is really nice on this one, as opposed to Mega Scrafty. But this one's just so much more colorful, so much more vibrant, so much more interesting. Next we have Mega Barbaracle. This is another one where I am not really a fan. I'm gonna be honest. Barbaracle, I don't know what they could have done with it, but I don't really like looking at it all that much. It's probably a Pokemon that's going to get No Guard as an ability, and that would be great for Shell Smash Cross Chop if it survives the turn after setting up. That's the vibe I'm getting with this Pokedex entry. And then shiny Mega Barbaracle falls down enough because I don't like it shiny to become D tier. Now, I myself, I'm a wrestler. I love wrestling, and I already love Hawlucha. So, what we're going to do, we're going to put Mega Hawlucha on here, and we're going to put Shiny Mega Hawlucha right here. Shiny Mega Hawlucha is genuinely my favorite Mega on this list. I'm actually going to... No, I'm going to keep Frostlass there. Hawlucha, though, genuinely is my favorite. It might be my favorite Mega period, actually. I'm not sure yet. I would need to rank all these amongst everything. But Mega Hawlucha is genuinely perfect. I don't have any criticisms of it at all. Mega Drampa is also fucking amazing. I'm gonna put it just behind Mega Hawlucha. I did not know what to expect coming in, seeing Mega Drampa, but the fact that it's a Storm Cloud Dragon, it's the concept of you need to be younger, you need to get younger to become more powerful. It's little dangerous waters to me of the implications, but like, this thing's just so cool. It becomes a giant storm cloud dragon. That's awesome. That's so sick. And again, as you've heard numerous times about my critiques with shiny yellows and all that stuff, I'm going to say that Mega Drampa isn't the worst offender of this, actually, because yellow and black, it's like a golden, actually. The yellowish, goldish yellow and black go together really well. So it does work to me in this case. Like, you see all the yellow on Hawlucha with its mask. This occurrence just works really well to me. Now we have Mega Phalanx. This is another one of those goofy, silly megas. Like, it just becomes Phalanx, but some of them get bigger and the others don't. One of them grows arms to hold up the other three. This is kind of another just whatever Pokemon to me. Phalanx itself I thought was kind of a gimmicky Pokemon, so I'm kind of surprised they gave it a Mega at all in the first place. That's just me personally. Like, it doesn't really expand on Phalanx at all. Like, at all. Like, at least Mega Dragonite is half-hearted. It's attempting something. At least it's not as bad as Mega Dragonite, where it's like half-heartedly committing to an idea, or Starmie, where it has a cool idea, but it doesn't make the design good. So I'll give it that. I'll put it at the very, very bottom of B. And then Shiny Mega Phalanx. Never been a fan of Phalanx's Shiny. It looks like poop with some corn stuck in it. So unfortunately for me, the brown doo-doo Shiny is going to have to go in F alongside Mega Starmie. It is genuinely that bad of a downgrade to me. Alright. Mega Eternal Floette. I think this is one of the cases just like with Sableye and Kangaskhan. Obviously there's more, but I'm blanking out a little bit, where it's one aspect of the creature that becomes bigger. This one, for what it's worth, Eternal Floette itself is really sick. Its shiny isn't a big change. You can see on here, like if I put them together, it might take you a second to realize that this one's the shiny here because it turns whiter and loses the blue. But for Eternal Floette Mega, I keep almost saying shiny because I'm seeing the shiny right next to it. We're going to pull it just solidly behind Mega Scolipede in A tier. And then Shiny Floette is going to go... It's going to go right behind Shiny Mega Dragalge. Because again, you can't even really see it in the picture, by the way, in this little artwork frame. It's all the flower that changes. It's nothing to do with Floette itself at all. But the picture cuts it off, so you can't see it based on these images here. Maybe controversial opinion here. You know how Mega Greninja had Ash Greninja it had to contend with to be acceptable as a Mega? Mega Zygarde has Zygarde Complete that it has to contend with in order to be acceptable. And I, unfortunately, do not think it does that. I'm going to pull up a picture of Mega Zygarde just so I'm not getting it confused. But this is a case where... God damn, this picture does not do it justice. It's doing way, way too much. Let's see if I can get this on screen here. Yeah. This right here. Do you see all these arms and this giant ass cannon laser building thing it has with those legs? I think it's doing way too much to still look like Zygarde Complete. Like, this looks like an animation of Zygarde Complete, but it's holding like a building or a cannon with it. So, unfortunately, when you're putting it up against Zygarde Complete, something it just naturally gets as a form change, by the way, without having to commit a Mega Stone. Not that, you know, Power Construct itself is necessarily in the game because there's no abilities. This is very, very lazy. Just like Mega Starmie is. But there's at least a little bit about it that is different. It just feels like it's doing way too much, while also still being Zygarde complete again. That being said, Shiny Zygarde's always been sick, so I'm going to at least put it in front of Shiny Mega Malamar. So, let me know what you think of my list, my explanations. It's hard to quantify some things against others, and more so relative to where it is in the tier, so let's think about that maybe beforehand. But that has been the Base Jared. This has been one of hopefully many Pokemon Legends ZA focused videos that I'm going to be uploading onto the channel, and I will see all of you next time.